Good morning, class.
Good morning, ma'am.
Let's pray first. Michelle, can you please lead the prayer?
Dear Lord, come be with us today. Fill our hearts with joy. Fill our minds with learning. Fill our crossing with peace. Fill our friendship with kindness. And fill our school with love. Amen.
Okay, class, before you sit, please pick up all those pieces of papers and plastics under your chairs. So, Miss Nicole, can you please tell me who are absent for today's class?
No one is absent.
Okay, thank you. So, yesterday, we already discussed the properties of gases, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, as a review, I will show you several pictures which is about our previous lesson, which are the properties of gases. Can any one of you tell me what are this picture was all about? Yes, Miss Angel.
Ma'am, that is diffusion.
Okay, that's correct. The properties of gases is called diffusion. How about this? Yes, Miss Nicole. Okay, the properties of gas is called compression. How about this? Yes, Mr. Tina. Okay, that's correct. Very good. The properties of gas is called expansion. So how about when we say diffusion? What happens to the particles inside the containers? Okay, Ms. Marian.
The particles inside the container is spreading.
Okay, very good. That's correct. When we say diffusion, the particles are spreading. How about when we say compression? Okay, very good. Don't be pressured. Your answer is correct. When we say compression, the materials decrease in size. How about expansion? Okay?
The materials increase in size.
Okay, very good. That's also correct. When we say expansion, the materials increase in size. So, since you have already know all about those things, today we'll be dealing in our new topic. But before that, let's have first an experiment. Class, group yourselves into two groups. I will distribute the activity procedure and materials, and all you have to do is to follow the given steps in the activity sheets. Okay, understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, class, observe when you cover the tip of the syringe, what happens to the marshmallow? What happens when it is in open air? Observe mo pagka ganun. Ano nangyayari sa loob ng marshmallow? When you cover. Okay, class, please go back to your seat. Now listen. Class, get your cell phones. Okay, click the link that I've shared in our group chat. The questions are posted in a Google form, and all you have to do is to answer the question briefly based on your observation and understanding on the experiment that you have done. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
You have only 5 minutes to work on that. You can start now. So class, the activity that you have done today has something to do with our lesson for today. So do you have any idea now on what will be the lesson to be discussed? Yes, Ms. Christina?
Yes, ma'am. All about those.
Okay, that's correct. For today, we are going to discuss the volume and pressure relationship in Boyle's law. So please do listen carefully because at the end of this lesson, you are expected to solve problems involving this topic. Is that clear? So let's start now the discussion in Boyle's law. Class, who do you think is the proponent of Boyle's law? Okay, Princess.
Robert Boyle was the proponent of Boyle's law.
Okay, that's correct. Boyle's law was named after the chemist and physicist Boyle's Robert Boyle, who originally published the law in 1662. Boyle's law states that the volume of a gas is inversely proportional on its pressure at constant temperature. So in symbol, we usually write like this. P, pressure is inversely proportional to volume. Class, always remember that the product of volume and pressure is always constant. So, in symbol, we write like this. P multiplied by P, V is equal to K. So, in able to prove this, let's have this example. So, we have volume, pressure, V, So now, who can complete the data? Yes, Miss Marian? So as you can see, even the volume and pressure varies, its product remains constant. Nakikita nyo naman na iba't iba yung volume natin dito, may iba din tayong pressure, but their product is the same. So, by this data, we are able to verify the proportionality constant. So, let us now apply the equation that you have learned in Boyle's law. So, since the volume and pressure can be varied, let P1, V1 be the initial pressure and initial volume, and P2, V2 be the final pressure and final volume. So, according to Boyle's law, P multiplied by V, which is the pressure and volume, is equals to K. So, therefore, P1, V1 is equals to K. P2, V2 is equals to K. So, therefore, the initial pressure and initial volume is equals to the final pressure and final volume. So this will be the equation that you are going to use in solving the Boyle's law. So let's have this sample problem. Who can now read the problem? Okay, Marian.
200 ml sample of hydrogen gas is collected when the pressure is 800 mm mercury. What volume will the gas occupy at 760 mm mercury?
So in solving this problem, let's have the given first. So the equation we are going to use is this. So we have the initial volume, which is 200 millimeters. So our initial volume is 200 ml. Then our initial pressure is 800 millimeter mercury. We also have the final pressure, which is the 760 millimeter per mercury. So we are looking for the final volume. to find the final volume, you have first to derive the formula. In deriving the formula, since we are looking for the final volume, all you need to do is to divide both sides by P2. Kasi kailangan mo ma-eliminate yung katabi ng volume kasi siya yung hinahanap mo. So all you have to do is to divide both sides. So cancel. Final volume now is equals to initial pressure multiplied by the initial volume divided by the final pressure rather. So we have now this formula. The next step is to substitute this variable. So we have the initial volume, which is 200 ml. So we are solving like this. Our initial pressure is 800 millimeter mercury multiplied by our initial volume, which is 200 ml, divided by our final pressure, which is 760 millimeter per mercury. Since we are looking for the final volume, cancel the unit of pressure. So our final volume now is, please compute. Using your calculators, please compute the final volume. Okay, who can now answer the problem on the board? Write the final volume. Okay, Miss Princess? Okay, very good. The answer is 210. So our final volume is 210. So okay class, who can now solve this problem on the board? Okay, Miss Marian? Okay, very good. Do you think Marian's answer is correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. A gas occupies 1.56 liter at 1 atmosphere. What will be the volume of this gas if the pressure becomes 3.00 atm or atmosphere? So she writes the given. So our initial pressure is 1 atmosphere, our initial volume is 1.56 liter, and our final pressure is 3 atmosphere. So we are looking for the final volume. So on her solution, we derive the formula since we are looking for the final volume. And after that, she substitute the given. So, our final volume is 0.52 liters. So, as you can see, when our initial volume is 1.56. So, tumaas yung pressure, naging 3 atmosphere. Yung initial pressure natin is 1 atmosphere. Yung final pressure natin, tumaas ng 3 atmosphere. So, yung volume niya, kanina na 1.56, naging 0.52 na lang siya. Kasi nga, when based on Boyle's law, kapag tumaas ang pressure, bababa ang volume. Kapag bumaba ang volume, tataas ang pressure. So, is that clear, class?
Yes,
ma'am. So, based on the volume and pressure relationship, what do you think will happen to the volume if the pressure of a gas doubles? Okay, Miss Marian? Okay, that's correct. When the volume of a gas increases, the pressure decreases. When the pressure increases, the volume of a gas increases. Okay. Okay, class, take note that the unit we use in pressure is atmosphere or ATM, millimeter per mercury or mmHg, and torr. So, it is refers on the standard temperature and pressure. So, in conversion factors, usually 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 millimeter per mercury, or 1 atmosphere is equals to 760 torr. So, in converting factors, we use these measurements. Okay, class, for your activity, I will divide you into 4 groups. Count.
1,
2,
1, 2,
1, 2. Okay. All students that has number 1, go here. And number 2, at this side. So, this will be the materials you are going to use. Okay. So, group 1 will answer the problem solving number 1, and group 2 will answer the problem solving number 2. So, you only have 10 minutes to work on that. After you finish answering these problems, you are going to post your answer on the board, and one member of your group will explain your answer at the front. The first group that will going to post their answer in the front will have +5 points at their oral participation. Is that clear?
Yes,
ma'am. Okay, you can start now. Class, please be careful on your measurements. Also on the units. Dito. Question. Solution. Sulat mo na. So, class, please assign one of your members on who will discuss your answer on the board. You have only 5 minutes to work on that. Okay, all of your answers was correct. Thank you, group 1 and 2. And congratulations to group 2, which gained 5 points on their oral participation because they are the ones who first posted their answers on the board. So, okay class, to sum up our lesson, what is Boyle's law? Okay, Edmond?
Boyle's law states the volume of a gas inversely proportional to its pressure P at a constant of temperature T.
Okay, that's correct. I'm glad that you have learned. So, Boyle's law states that the volume of a gas is inversely proportional on its pressure at constant temperature. So, when we say Boyle's law, always remember that it talks about the relationship of volume and pressure. And it was inversely proportional to each other. Ibig sabihin, pag inversely proportional, one affects the other variable oppositely. Ibig sabihin, kapag bumaba yung pressure, tataas ang volume. Kapag bumaba ang volume, tataas yung pressure. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. What will happen again if the volume increases? What will happen again if the volume increases? Okay, Michelle.
The volume increases, the pressure decreases.
Okay, the volume increases, the pressure decreases. Very good, that's correct. And what will happen if the pressure increases? Okay, Miss Princess?
If the pressure increases, the volume decreases.
Okay, very good. It's also correct. When the volume decreases, the pressure increases. Okay, I am glad that you have learned from our lessons for today. Class, for your quiz, please get 1/2 sheet of yellow paper and answer the questions in front of you. Okay? You have only 10 minutes to answer those questions. You can start now. We have 1 minute left. Please finalize your answers. Please finalize your answers. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Class, please pass your papers. Okay, class. So for your assignment, copy the following.
Pwede kong picture.
No. So, for your assignment, please copy this on your notebook and answer it in 1/2 sheet of yellow papers.
Picture naman ang
Are you done, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, So that's all for today. Thank you for your participations. See you all tomorrow. Class dismissed.
Goodbye.
Okay, please take care on your